So how do we know that drawing from a photo is not a good idea, especially when it comes to portraiture and figure? Well, coming from a very strong academic background, I can tell you that me and my team has seen and watched in the last 10 years the progress and the regress of our students. And I can assure you that there's no more damaging practice than drawing from a flat 2D image. Classical education is based first and foremost on understanding of structure and nature of the objects that you see in front of you. Academic education is incremental and is a path that unfolds from more simple exercises to more and more complex ones. So typically, you go from geometrical figures to still life, then cast heads, and only then live model in portraiture and full figure. But what happens when you jump these stages and start drawing from a picture? So let's see what are the 5 main downsides of this practice. There is no three-dimensionality and proportions are most likely distorted. You copy what you see on a flat 2D image without understanding of three-dimensionality of your model. This image does not provide a full picture and definitely does not challenge your brain or your eye enough. And especially at the beginning of your journey, this practice could be very counterproductive to your development. Plus, in most cases, the photo doesn't reflect the real proportions, but a photo perspective that gives you a distorted proportions. And this is also why this exercise is not actually beneficial to you, but it might confuse your understanding of real proportions and do you a disservice. The priority of details is already set. When you draw from real life, you select primary and secondary elements. Meanwhile, when you copy somebody else's picture, you simply imitate what the person or camera already established as priorities and centered details. No spontaneity. When you draw from real life, you learn to go from general to specific without getting stuck into details. And the task becomes even more interesting when you have a live model in front of you that moves, and you have to be quick to catch their movements and character. In the photo, you have the set of accents that is already predetermined. Hey, we'd love to hear what you think. Please feel free to leave a comment below. Composition is already chosen. Wouldn't you as an artist want to decide what your composition is going to look like? On a photo, the set is already done and the photographer already chose for you the setting of the image. When you make your own composition, you analyze the source of light and you choose which storyline to emphasize and where to put your setup. It's a creative process and it's a pity if you don't get to vote on this one. And finally, be the creator and not just the copy producer. In the end, art is about expressing and telling the world what you want to say through your skills, your talent, and your unique way of communication. So then, what's the point of copying somebody else's work? If you rewrite Shakespeare's most famous pieces in your journal, that wouldn't make you a writer, wouldn't it? Eventually, you'll be able to use a photo too, but before that happens, a lot of time and training should take place. When you get to the point of knowing and understanding a lot, then looking at a photo should be of some help. But if you're at the beginning of your journey and you just started to learn how to sharpen your pencil and tune your eyes to see things professionally, then try to stay away from drawing from a picture. It will not help you to analyze the form and the lack of your knowledge will actually be evident. I encourage you to take the path that is harder and longer, but definitely more professional. If you rewrite Shakespeare's most real proportion, photo perspective. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. No. And that there is no three-dimensional.